I listen
So
to
is that
all those guys. I've been listening to Zena's new project he's been uploading. Well, here's
you
what's interesting. Regardless of terminology, I noticed that he and I will be saying similar things from different perspectives and in different genres, musical genres, but we're pointing to the same things at the same time.
yes, I agree. Um,
And I just noticed that that's the divine, I call Sparky the our divine spark. Uh, People put a lot of words on, but we have more than just five senses. So, well, you mentioned your visit at the store, and what one thing that's down is because awareness is down, people are trapped in their heads. It's just normal, natural human empathy.
a premium right now. People don't seem to have that. And
Well, it's
you know,
being
and
billed as a weakness, but it's not. It's very, very
oh
human.
my God, I know. And I blame Elon Musk for that and his idiotic blurb about empathy being the downfall of Western civilization.
Spoken by a bot. That's exactly what an AI would say. All this stuff that people are afraid of. Exactly what a machine would say. We
Yeah.
speak from more than we realize. We ignore things that we really shouldn't.
You're right. And but I think empathy is what sets us apart from most other creatures. Do you have
It's
a
a
dog?
divine aspect. It is our interconnectedness
Your
naturally.
your camera's going.
Well, but there is an insect that there's a queen, and all the other little workers follow that one queen, and they have
Yes.
something called a hive mind and stuff like that, and then a world of projection and gaslighting that you call uh, a spirit or whatever you want to call it, a way of thinking that is empathetic and loving and compassionate and wants to help and to heal and to, reconcile differences and has the skills to do it. Well, you call that weak. Why wouldn't you? It's a threat.
I know, and I think that's what is going on right now, especially in our current culture, is so many people are feeling threatened about.
Oh, that's right. And we shouldn't. We
I
shouldn't.
know.
We're at each other's mercy. So be merciful.
Yeah.
Hey, I could tell you a story. I'll make it short and leave out details in case somebody's watching. Uh,
Okay.
Years ago, uh, without explaining any story, I just knew a fella that was trying to endear himself to a dog. Uh, and I mean, on his belly, on the kitchen floor, holding out the meat. And the closer he got, the more that dog backed up and got more and more ferocious. He tried his best. And it turned out that that dog saw him when nobody else did.
You're
And
right.
later on, it was revealed uh, exactly what the dog was seeing and why the dog was acting the way that it was. It's very natural. Humans have the same senses, but we've ignored them a long time.
Yeah, we don't recognize them as much.
That reminds me of something I saw years ago where they had were studying a relationship between a mouse and a cat, and come to find out there was a there's a neuro something, I don't remember the technical term, but the mouse when it's frightened, it puts off a smell, and that triggers the cat to pounce. And so they did something to alter the mouse to where, regardless of how it felt, it didn't emit that thing. And you, that mouse is crawling all over the cat, and the cat's playing with him and loving him and whatever, because the mouse is not signaling "eat me."
Yeah, it's it's instinct, and the cat isn't
Wonder what we've traded all that for.
what we've traded our instincts for.
Well, I don't imagine we think a cat's smarter than, or a dog or a horse is smarter than we are, or are they?
Well, what is that? I don't know. Tell me about what inspires you.
Well, next hot topic is a lot of that stuff. I mean, there's songs in there I wrote 30 years ago. Um, Stuff, even, long time ago.
When you had a band?
Uh, Yes, or and no. Some of it I've published some stuff that when I had a band and stuff. But anyway, as far as next hot topic, what I've been doing is following what Zenith follows. This place right here in the middle, and because Suno now has come out with a 5.5 version, we've gone from below three when I jumped in. So uh, some songs that's not getting any traffic and really have something good to say. And it was timely then, but it's even more timely now. And so I have better tools. I'm getting better results. So most of that album, I've I don't want to say recycled, but reproduced songs that I wrote, a few years back, and and put them in there. And interestingly, as I've been doing stuff, the topics are arising, the same, type of topics that we're talking about in politics and religion and government and money and uh, all the silly things we do aside from listen to each other. I need to just be still. But
Um,
anyway,
I'll
next
get
hot
over it.
topic has been fun. And while you're talking about Cole and and different characters and stories, every man is a metaphor. It's not just a play on my name. And I try to write from this place, the deepest place within me, I assume is the deepest place in everybody because, we're pretty much all the same. So uh, I just write from my heart.
And that's got to be the way it is. And I think that's kind of what everybody else is doing as well, is they're writing from their heart. So
But every man
before
is just a character, a metaphor. And his different iterations, he has different expressions that I've used. I've used different characters depending on what I'm working on for storytelling.
I'm looking at your Apple Music section right now for every man.
Oh, that's old, early stuff.
Um, well, I have the thing about it is I usually find everybody's music on Apple Music because that's what I subscribe to, and
Hmm.
I download it to my phone, and it goes with me everywhere. I play it in the car a lot. It's on random, and and I realize that by doing that and streaming it, that maybe you might get a few extra bucks out of it. So, but I
I've
also
never
just
made a I've never made a dime off of any of the streaming platforms and was recently demonetized on YouTube, and I've never made a dime from YouTube. So
so how can you be?
that's not why I'm doing what I'm doing.
Oh, I know, and everybody's the same way. Everybody is doing the same thing. They're not doing this for the money. Um,
A while back, and since the tools have gotten much better and I can do much better work, and it's been primarily shared publicly on YouTube up until this point.
but you said they demonetized you, and
Well, I mean, I was made a YouTube partner a while back, and since then have grown. I'm almost to 100,000 subscribers, and then they're doing this mass purge right now that they're doing for whatever reasons. There's all kind of conspiracy theories about that. So they're doing some sort of a mass thing that they're doing, and there's tons of videos out there of people that have invested. I've had this particular channel for 8 years, and I don't even want to know how many thousands of dollars I've spent. I can spend, uh, including song and not even figuring time, 100 to 200 or more dollars a video just to create it. It can cost several $100s to produce what I'm doing. I don't make AI slop. I pay for AI slop, and 99% of what is presented to me, I do what you do with slop. But so
well, that's
I'll go on record as saying this. If you see something and think that it's AI and you're just afraid of it and you think maybe an AI monster is going to grab you and take over your mind and whatever, boy, you really should listen to my music. However, I do use AI tools to do that, to talk
yeah.
about what I'm talking about. But the irony is, if somebody was to listen to what I was talking about, let me tell you what I know. I know how to navigate my mind. I know how to navigate the human mind. And as I begin to learn to use these AI tools, the similarities are phenomenal. of what we're dealing with. And I'm not saying good or bad. I'm saying it's if we can't look out at the world right now and say to ourselves, we need to get hold of our minds, then we're not paying attention. And it takes our hearts to do that.
Yeah. I think,
And
I
what we're
think,
seeing,
yeah.
and the natural fear, and I understand it, is that an artificial intelligence source will take over this planet and begin to have its way with it. Listen, you talked about Trader Joe's when we first got on here, of these robotic people walking around, bumping into you, not paying any attention to your head stuck in a phone, on the latest tear, on the latest conspiracy theory, on the latest thing they've been told to be angry about, judging somebody before they know them, and they're afraid something's going to take over their mind.
It's an
Writers,
artistic vision.
producers, directors, there's a story to be told, there's something to say, and something that's really important is social commentary.
Hmm.
And what comes from the deepest place of the human heart? Listen, I'm pro-human. I'm pro-human. I'm pro-love. All of everything that makes us human.
Hmm.
We not only have lost a lot of that, we're continuing to lose that to machines and systems. And you say, well, how can you say that? And you're an AI artist. Uh, some of us will use every tool at our disposal to help humanity. And you're not going to
Well,
be overtaken by a tool that you know how to navigate.
yes, in my point exactly. If you learn how to use something, then you could integrate that into how you do your work. If you let it take over, it will take over.
I came out of manufacturing and I could tell you horror story after horror story of people losing fingers and more uh, with their interaction of machinery that is not conscious. Most machines in the machine tool industry, you have the machine proper, you have the control, which is a computer, and the machine does what the control tells it to do. Now, you've got a third thing, and that's a conscious operator. And he needs to be on his toes and he needs to be telling the computer to tell the machine. Okay, this is a good analogy of what we're experiencing as humanity. We have a control, we have a machine. We are the conscious operator within this thing. And most people don't experience coherency. They experience being driven around by their brain with a very negative self talk, a lot of fear, this inner bully, this inner critic is going on in the background while they're just trying to have a conversation. And I'm telling you, we speak from this thing, but we don't talk about it. But we'll speak from it when it's taking us over and we say the first thing, the ugly thing that comes to our mind because we want to slap somebody we've not listened to yet. Why do we do that?
It's
Yeah, what I'm
very,
saying, we
yeah.
will go out and listen to this crap and then try to present ourselves in such a way to induce a state of consciousness around us so that men are irrational and jumpy and trigger happy, and that's what's going to keep us safe. Okay, where did we go to school to learn that?
I was
I've
in the
had
era.
short or long or interacting relationships with all kinds of people in my life. Listen, humanity is something to respect and to love and to begin to view as the solution. We're a solution. We're not a problem.
You have a
It's a
Mac?
it's a culmination of things. No, I use a PC.
Okay.
But as far as tools, I'm on a website called Open Art AI, and it uses a lot of the
Oh,
different. You've just got your choice of video or still rendering, video rendering, and but it does have a good tool that I use to help me storyboard my music videos, and I make use of that. But still, in all of that, once I give it a baseline to work from. Then you have to pay for that outline. And then I have to go through and I might have 60 or 60 or more still images and most of them have to be changed and the camera angle has to be changed and I can get it, I can prompt it to get me started with the template, but then I have to go through each and every frame and change and anyway, there's a
How
process to it,
how
but it
long does
does
it take
help.
you to do a video? What's the timeline or time period in from when you
If
begin
only
to when it's in?
if I'm working with a song that's already been produced, okay, because
Hmm.
that's its own chore, experience, as it were. But with stuff that I've already got done, I can get a video done maybe 10 hours,
Okay.
12
I'm
hours.
that
It
seems to be
depends.
the average. Yeah, I talked to Zenith about this, and um, it takes about that same amount of time. And I think he is not getting what he wants from that. I think it's taken too long. And John asked me to recommend a computer that we can use for what he wants to start doing. And I did some research on it. And then I talked to Cole about how he does it. He does most of his stuff on his iPhone.
Mhm. A
And
lot of these things are what you're working with is on the cloud, so to speak.
Mhm.
So you don't need as much processing power nowadays as you did.
Well, Jason tells me the same thing. I know that he is working on his iPhone almost all the time. And he probably wouldn't like me telling you this, but he'll be going down the road, plugging in, writing his songs and on the iPhone. And
I
and
wrote a
it,
song one day waiting for a customer to show up. I was meeting him for a machine demo, and he was delayed, and I'm sitting in the parking lot waiting, and the idea for a song came, and I sat there on my phone and got all the lyrics down. And yeah, I do that too. But
um,
this brings up an interesting thing back to their overall conversation. Mark, all these phones, they basically all do the same.
mhm,
Now watch this. You've got people that can barely send a text or make a call. You have other people that can compose music, produce music, and make videos and run a YouTube channel from the same device.
mhm.
It's not the device. It's not what color hat the device wears.
No, you're right.
It's not what political persuasion the device is. It is not the device.
It's the